Future Media's OneAfrica TV talks to former retired General Martin Shalli about his memories of Sam Nujoma. Reporting for OneAfrica TV, Josia Shigwedha.
To first of all convey my deepest condolences to mainly the family of President Nujoma, as well as to all fellow Namibians. I left Namibia to go into exile, specifically to join SWAPO and the liberation struggle in 1974 early. And that opportunity came about after the overthrow of the Caetano regime in Portugal, and therefore the collapse of the Portuguese colonial empire, let me put it simple. So that opened up that window of opportunity. What informed me? Number one, I went to school early. I left school very early. So after completing my secondary school, I went to work. And as a worker, when I left, I was not a student, I was a worker already.
And how old were you?
When I started working?
No, when you went into exile?
I was 19 years old. So said teenager, not a very teenager, but it's a debate for another day. I was 19 years old when I left. So I left school when I was 15 and a half years. And then I went to work. I worked on many projects, including the Rakano hydropower station, Kalwaka Dam, the canal, and all the rest of it. I was working for a construction company for 3 years before I left. And even at school, I was exposed to harsh conditions. So I attended the high school at the St. Mary's Mission, St. Mary's Mission or Dibo, which was a kind of a radical center. So many politicians you know today are graduates of that school. So including Badiba Taibo, who was my neighbor at Ondangwa before I left, so all that. So what happened, we were aware of the situation around us. We read a lot, exposed with the good teachers, with good people to talk about that. So we knew Namibia at one point. We as Namibians, we had to do something. So it's not only me, there were thousands of us young people who left. The top of the cream at that time, we left together, thousands of us, to go join the struggle, mainly that same year, 1974, more or less at the same time. Though we went in much smaller groups, 20, 30, 100 there, so, but eventually we ended up, no. So, I mean, that's what my generation and others, we knew the conditions under which we were living already. So, therefore, we're just waiting for that opportunity to present itself, so that we go. And we knew about SWAPO being in exile, an organization there. We listened to radio, Tanganyika, that. So we knew what was happening around us. And
but which country did you go to?
Yes, when I left, I went to Zambia, of course. Most of us went to Zambia, because it was the nearest independent, progressive country to Namibia. So we could not go to Zaire at that time. Rhodesia was, Zimbabwe was not independent yet. Botswana was not strong militarily, so we didn't want to cause trouble. And so it was also a long way for some of us who lived mostly in the north. It was easier just to jump the fence and go to Angola and get into the jungles of Angola and walk our way through and all that. But the journey itself is a different story. Now, I went to Zambia with the others, and then we ended up, some of us ended up in an old farm just on the outskirts of Lusaka. It's a swamp farm. So, and if you listen to Comrade Sangura talking about establishing school centers and all the rest of it, this was one of the first ones that he established. So, and we found him there and many others. So then I was lucky. Of course, you asked what, did we really know what we were getting ourselves into?
Yes.
Not exactly. So it's like we are here, we are all preparing, we all want to go to heaven one day, certainly, but we have no idea what we're getting into. You just wish you go there, you think it's a nice place. So the same thing, the same thing. Yeah.
While in exile, you left 1974.
Yes.
So when was the first time that you met the founder?
I met him on the 26th of August 1974 for the first time. Not only me, all of us were there. He came to address us specifically, to receive us from home. And amongst us was Comrade Lungada, Patrick Yambo, who fought at Nguru Mbashe, and for the next years, between 1960 and 1974, for 8 years, evaded capture by the enemy, regardless of a booty on his head. And the rest. So we left with him, with his pistol there. He is also amongst us. And President President Nujoma declared him as a national hero, right there at that parade. And they gave him a pistol as a gift. So I don't know where that pistol is today, but it was given to him as a gift and was recognized as a national hero.
How did your relationship with the founding father form from August?
It was all professional. It was all professional. The same year, I was amongst the first group from Namibia to go for military training in the Soviet Union, as it were, now in the Crimea, part of Ukraine. So, and we also went with his son, Dr Nujoma, firstborn. Was in our group. So, and many years later, myself, Tony, and many others, Tony was in my group, was on a mission into Namibia. The son of a president was in my group, under me, as a medical, if you like, staff. We call it combat medic. So, and we assigned a mission to attack a base in Namibia. But that's a different story. But you could understand when you have a son of a president in a battle with you, under you, and if anything happens, not necessarily because President Nujoma will get angry, no, but if anything happens, it will be a big propaganda. It will be a big propaganda. We killed the son of the president of SWAPO, for example. We have captured the son of the president of SWAPO, for example. So I had a huge responsibility. Make sure that this guy is not captured alive. Even if he's killed, we should not leave his body there, probably take it as us. So that's a different story, but I'm just saying. So this part is not known by many people, but...
The one that you were leading the...
No, it's not many people. It's not known by many people, but it's known. We were not, it was not only 2 of us, we were a group of 36. Now the thing is, so then we went for training, we came back, and then I was assigned to the front. That time the civil war ongoing, Angola was not independent, the independence was not declared yet. So we came to Angola with many others, which is a different story, and then we started opening up the front, and then we continued fighting at the front, all the way throughout, up to 1989, in my case. So then, he's president, he's commander-in-chief of the People's Liberation Army of Namibia. So our relationship, you can see, is not like, it's not like we are friends and so forth. We are just comrades. I work for him. So, and then later on I became the chief of operations plan. That was quite high rank. So in plan hierarchy, probably, I don't know whether I was number 6, 7, from president, secretary for defense, that downwards. So, but I was next to General Namor. Namor was higher than me, because he was chief of staff. I was chief of operations. Then there were others under me as well. So higher position. He was the chairman of the military council. So as a result, I was secretary for the military council since 1977 to 1989. He was chairman of the military council. from the time we found him there to the time when he joined. I joined the military council with others in 1977. I've been his secretary. So it's all professional. But then I was also saying there are times when we sat together in an operational room, if you like, or operational center. We called it on Django. So,
but what were you planning?
In a banger, planning to liberate Namibia together. So, as much as a president, under those circumstances, we were a team. I was part of his team with many others. Just planning, execution of the struggle, carrying it out. And because I had the responsibility to plan for all these operations. When he comes and gives us directives, I had to interpret it, myself, my staff, to put it out, present the chief of staff to the army commander, late General Dimo, now may he also rest in peace, and then later on to Secretary for Defense and President, if it required that level of approval, because there are operations that they needed that high level of approval before you could carry them out. There are others that you could carry out on any time, on your own initiative. Yeah, so if you see the enemy shoot, you don't need to ask. You shoot and ask later.
It definitely worked out because we gained our independence.
Yes, sir.
How does it make you feel, saying that it was on a professional level and having been led by the president and successfully achieving that?
Look, at the level, I cannot call myself a friend to Sam Nujoma or anything else. It's not a correct statement to make. I've been always working for the team. I was his obedient servant all the time. That's how it works. So, and even age-wise, he's much older than me. It's not from my generation. So, yes, but we're colleagues. At one point, we're comrades in the struggle, comrades in the arms, everything. So that one we cannot take away. But then, after independence, yes, we continued the same way. We continued the same way. I was in the Zambia Defense Force. So, inducted with the rank of general. To the time I retired, I became Chief of Defense Force. By that time, I had already retired. But I was there before him throughout 15 years. I served him. So, and many others. So we still had a relationship. We had a very huge relationship. When we formed the Zambia Defense Force, we were a small team. We had to consult the commander-in-chief all the time. That's a professional relationship I'm talking about. And the process, you get to know each other. But then we knew each other before. We were not strangers, all of us. So we're just comrades working towards building our nation and moving it forward. For example, when he declared the process of national reconciliation, we had to be contented with that. And somebody had to carry out that practically. To say, fine, SWAT come here, plan come here, we form a Namibia Defense Force, one force, and continue. The Namibia Defense Force you know today, those people who were there in 1990, the plan fighters and the ex-SWAT, there are very few left now, because it's been 35 years ago. So, 35 years ago. Yeah, I was 35 at independence, for example, after 15 years in the struggle. So, you can guess, I'm 70. So, and he died at the age of 95, 25 years difference between us. He could easily be my father, but certainly not my grandfather. But yes, yeah, he could be my father. So that's then. So, yes, that's one. Two, we had issues just before, mainly after independence, things that we had to deal with. We had to deal with the South Africans just across the Orange River. We had to deal with South Africans military in Walvis Bay. We're not friends yet. We're still enemies, as far as South Africans are concerned. We're still enemies. They saw us as enemies. We saw them as enemies. Yeah. But, yes, there was a ceasefire signed and all the rest of, you see, You ask Israel and the people in Gaza, the Hamas, and said, does this ceasefire make them friends? I don't think so. The same way that ceasefire did not make us friends, we were not still friends. Tensions were still there. There were elements within Namibia who were trying to cause trouble because they thought, this is how we're going to just, if we do that, so we're going to just cross the borders and come crash it here. And they were not strong military, unlike now. Now it's a completely different story. Before you think of invading Namibia, coming to Namibia, you must think twice. And President Nujoma has made it clear on the 21st of March 1990 to say Namibia, this country, shall never ever again become a colony. And we shall not allow this to become a colony. So we are strong, much stronger to defend ourselves today.
What is the most profound memory that you have of the founding?
It's a lot. I don't want even to, I don't have time to mention all of them, just so many.
One outstanding?
A lot.
That lives with you?
Surely, singing for the first time is really like going to heaven and meeting Jesus there. So that memory, they never take away. If you are lucky to meet God, then be blessed. So, things like that. So he was everything to me, and so was the others. You can see him. That's why we have this song. Yeah? So, because we see a person we've seen with an AK-47 for the first time. It means a lot, philosophical statement when you make it. So, and there were many others. There are many other things. So, over the years, like I said, we worked together before, after independence. There were times when you just went to visit him at the farm, when you both retired. You went to study geology, came back. I never went back to study. Then I'm not interested to go study.
You're a military man.
I'm a military man, so, but that's not what I'm saying. But he encouraged many young people. I wish I had that courage, like him, to go back to university and obtain a degree. But I think about myself, what do I do with my degree at my age now? I'm just wasting my energy to study and all the rest of it. What do I do with it? Honestly, I think I'm empowered already, naturally, to stay like I am, remain like I am, to the day when I part this world. That is sufficient knowledge to survive. But that's not the point. The question is still the fond memories of Sam Nujoma. There are just so many. There are just so many. Before and after independence, both in private official capacity, professional capacity, and all these things. So, I mean, he remembered me all the time. Yeah. Every occasion of his birthday or New Year, I call him. If I don't see him, I call him. He says, come have a lunch and all the rest of it. So, even last time we met was... we saw
the video at the 95th birthday.
Yeah?
I'm saying we saw the video at the 95th birthday.
Yeah, no, that's what this is now. So there was one in 87. He asked me specifically to deliver the main speech at that occasion. Can you believe it? So get Hannah to invited. Keynote speech.
What event was that?
Delivered by Martin Shalli on his 87th birthday. By General Martin Shalli, simple guy like that. Yeah. Is that something I want me to forget? I will not. Invited, I didn't ask for it. Just come here. I want you to be the keynote speaker at my birthday. And I said, what about President Bamba? What about the President Agegenigo? What about this, that? What is this? What is this? I was not even in the central committee of SWAPO. What about the SWAPO leaders? Where are the Secretary General of SWAPO? And all the rest. I want you to do it.
But did you later find out what?
Shehana. Yeah?
What is Shehana?
I said it was Hannah. I said.
Oh, okay.
When I finally gave in, I said,
But did you later find out why? You were chosen among those to deliver a speech at his 87th birthday?
I've struggled up to now, honestly. Never asked him again. So, and we never talked about it again, except on that very same day, the following day, when I asked him that, were you, because he has not seen him, he didn't know what I was going to talk about, how the statement looks like. I just read that in his presence and asked him whether he was happy. He said, oh, sharp, perfect.
What did you say?
Hmm?
You can share with us.
Hmm?
What did you say?
The speech is there, somewhere in the archives. I said everything nice on a birthday, that should be said on a birthday. Yeah, that was on a birthday.
And where was the event?
It's not like at a burial. Huh?
Where was the birthday?
At his farm, at the Tunda.
Otavi.
Tabi. It's a big event. Yeah, thousands of people, not hundreds.
Why are you calling yourself a nobody? I mean,
In that context, I did not expect it. In that context, I just want to put it in context. General Martin Shalli, invited by President Nujoma, founding president, leader of our revolution, to come and deliver a keynote speech at his birthday party. I'm sure people who were there were wondering also. Oh, is he addressed by this guy? Why? So, it made me happy. I'm still happy. It's something that I remember and take down with me.
I showed you a photo earlier. You were saying you only became the Army General after his term in office.
No. Chief of Defense Force. The time I was promoted to the Chief of Defense Force is the time President Pohamba was in charge. Yeah, I've been a general all along since 1990. And remember, then I retired at one point, so from the military, and went to become joined the Minister of International Relations and became ambassador in Zambia. I didn't stay long, I think 1.5 years almost. 1 year, 4 months, 60 months. Then I was recalled and then appointed to become Chief of Defense Force by President Pohamba. But all that time, and then when I retired, before I came, I was Army Commander, so with a rank of Major General. So all those years, I worked with President Nujoma for the struggle at a very senior level, and then after independence, again at a very senior level. So we had to implement all the decisions, but he's done a lot for this country. Look at the infrastructure and all the rest of universities, there are no schools, roads and all things, not like people claim today. So I wish I had pictures of Namibia in 1990, even in Windhoek. Do you know what the population of Windhoek was in 1990?
Over a million?
And
Over a million?
Windhoek.
Oh, Windhoek alone?
Windhoek.
Maybe 100,000? Because we're almost at 500,000.
35,000. And today?
We are almost 500,000.
Meaning is Windhoek, when we came here, Windhoek was the size of Chibarongo today. The size of Chibarongo. And how big, look at how it's grown. 500,000 now people here in Windhoek. You see? The reason why they're here, I'm not saying they're living well, the reason why they're here is because there's something to eat here. They eat something. There's something here that brings people here that we don't know. They are not attracted by checks and things we sing or this and unemployment. There are few things, but there's something in Windhoek that brings people to Windhoek that we do not know. That's what I'm talking about. But it's how, under the leadership of the independence, Sam Nujoma, Pohamba, Hage, Bumba, and followed by Netumbo now. See, they have board development, they built the roads, railways, and all that. Things that were not here in existence before. Yeah, of course, education, health. You see, yes, people say we have not built any hospital after independence, all the rest We just inherited them on Shigwedha, that. Yes, there are few on the cards, but that's politics. But I'm saying all these things were possible because of the leadership that was demonstrated by President Sam Nujoma. He's a great man, son of the soil. We must be proud of ourselves that God gave us gift in the name of that great man.
One last question. You spoke fondly of the relationship that you had of the founding father. He had great respect for you. You also had great respect for him, as you said that you have worked closely with him in exile and after exile. So what do you make of his passing?
Well, at 95, honestly, I did not, as much as I wanted him to continue, psychologically I think I knew, particularly last a few months, 6 months, when I heard he's not well, it's not well, and given his age and all the rest of it, it started working on my mind. I wish a miracle could happen, but I was prepared. If either way, with accept, for me, it's mission accomplished. He's done all that he could do for his people, for his country, for himself, and also for his family, and the rest, like all men do. So at that age, it cannot be like surprise 100%. He was blessed. It's that longevity. Not many people will reach there. And you see, it's proven. It will be proven again. You see? Yeah, normally when you reach the age of 90, normally, when you're 90, you only have 2 years to live. 91, 92, history tells that most people died. Mandela's and Dimba Toiwa and many others, Kokungwa and so forth and so forth. Everybody they died at the age of 92. So very few. When you pass 92, going to 93, you have a chance also to reach 100. You pass 100, you can go to 110. So, all these things. But the rest of us, I'm lucky I'm there still. So, I've buried so many people younger than myself. Not because of that in an accident or things, because of this illness, all this illness, some self-inflicted, all the rest of it. So, it's a lucky man. We're blessed to have him for so long. Yes, still sad. Yeah, that's why we're here talking about this, and so it evokes emotions, but it makes us think back, but not only back, and think also, because he used to, Vision 2030, when he started talking about Vision 2030, people thought, what is this? It's a man, so Vision 2030. He probably knew that at that time he may not reach there, but he had an idea what Zambia wants to look. Many people don't think beyond their lifetime. He built a state house knowing that he was not going to spend a night there, and he never spent a night there. By the time that thing was inaugurated, he was already out of the office. Most people would not do that. They would want to build a castle for them to live in. They said, no, Namibia needs a state house because at any other moment, even a 1 million years still ahead, Namibia will still need a state. There will be a president, and president must live in state house. Yeah, not in a kabashu somewhere. Like the one that it's not a state house. It was just built for administrator general. It's like built for a governor, colonel, apartheid guy. So that's his thinking when he talks about water, Cape Free, road infrastructure, railways. He never traveled on that railway line from Shumeb to Oshikango to Oshakati. But he's built that. And then when I see every time when I'm in the north, when I see that train passing by my place because it's so close, I feel so proud. So it sounded just as the sound of the train in my lifetime. It's unbelievable. Well, what other question?
No, I think we have come to the end of our interview.
Thank you.
Although we'd love to listen and listen.
Okay, no.
I think there's a lot to share.
This story of Nujoma will not be told in such a short time. It's a long story. It's a wonderful story to tell. So that's when, you know, I've seen people who even those who died, some have died at the age of 100 and they have no history of their own. There's nothing just one can be proud of. We can talk about this old woman who has died. Except they was born there, did not even go to school. Some don't even have kids. Some don't even have, never married in their life. So there's no story to tell. It's just, yes, he lived here, what did he do there? Nothing.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a great man, it's a wonderful story to tell, but yes, same time, during this sad time, so fellow Namibians, all I ask you to do is his legacy must be the glue, must unite us, then divide us, and continue. This country is a wonderful country with wonderful people, resilient people, and you can do more together. More together, one Namibia, one nation, in the true sense of the word. Let's not make a mockery of that. One Namibia, one nation. All of us, regardless of your color, this, that, your background, all the rest of it. Poor or rich, doesn't matter. You see, when people bury you one day, they don't care whether you were poor, the poorest on earth, or you were the richest on earth. Just put it down, cover the grave, rest in peace, full stop, and your pain and everything ends there. I thank you very much for your time. Yeah.